Following a recent social media trend, I taught my dog how to communicate through pre-recorded buttons. Now I have a golden doodle who asks for walks 4 times a day and demands attention during Zoom meetings. I feel like I've created a monster, but my friends marvel over the fact that a dog can use language. Some people say that language is unique to humans, but others argue that all species have their own language and it's just a matter of us learning how to understand it. Here I want to draw a line between language and communication. A dog's wagging tail, a cat's hiss, and a snake's rattle are all examples of animal communication, but language involves a specific type of communication that uses vocal learning, syntax, and semantics. Only humans have true language, but components of language can be found in other taxa, ranging from giant whales to the tiniest of frogs. In my lab, we study the vocal communication of songbirds. Songbirds are a very popular model for learning more about human language because, like us, they have to learn their communication signals and practice their songs again and again to get their pronunciation just right. In addition to vocal learning, recent studies have found that some songbird vocalizations also share another key characteristic with human language: syntax. Syntax is the organized structure of sounds. For an example, think of that old green Jedi who speaks as if his words were shaken up and plucked from a hat. Understand syntax now, do you? Now back to those songbirds. There's a rather interesting species of sparrow residing here in South Florida. These sparrows don't just have to learn one song type, they memorize nearly 50. And if that wasn't amazing enough, preliminary evidence suggests that different birds have different patterns of songs or different examples of syntax. So not only do they have to memorize all those songs, they have to memorize the order that they sing them in. Kind of like how I was supposed to memorize this speech. So I know as well as those birds do that it's quite an accomplishment. To wrap this up, birds learn their songs like we learn our words, and birds memorize their syntax patterns like we do. So if a researcher wants to gain a deeper understanding of how language evolved in humans, they have to look no further than the birds singing merrily away in their own backyards. That's exactly what I plan to do for my project. I will collect a group of nestling Bachman sparrows, raise them in our lab in Davie, and monitor their song learning. I will see how many songs they can learn and whether they copy the syntax of their tutors or act as their own DJs and mix it up like Yoda. By studying the songs of these birds, we can better understand the biological and environmental pressures that shape their vocalizations. Maybe then we can have a better chance at coding the communication of different species and learning how to share ideas together. Although, take it from me, if our pets could one day talk to us, you might find yourself going on a lot more walks than you ever intended.